Good afternoon, class. I'm Chelsea DeLello, and I am going to be talking to you guys about the use of cadavers for scientific study. Okay, what are cadavers? The technical term is it's a dead body, but specifically one of the bodies that is intended for dissection for scientific purposes. For many centuries, physicians of ancient Greece actually gained considerable information about human body and health. The development of Greek medicine culminated with the establishment of the School of Greek Medicine in Alexandria during the 3rd century BC. In Alexandria, the practice of human cadaveric dissection was the dominant means of learning anatomy, and it was here that Herophilus of Chalcedon and his younger contemporary Erasistratus of Chios became the first ancient Greek physicians to perform systematic dissections of human cadavers in the first half of 3rd century BC. Why use cadavers? It seems pretty intense and gruesome, but there's quite a few varieties of use of cadavers in medical research, including anatomy lessons, operation practice, dental tests, as well as my next slide will discuss disease forensic and also surgical procedures. By using real bodies, it is thought by professionals that students are learning more and have an increased understanding of their work after using cadavers. Now, a common question often arises though, how are these bodies kept and used without deteriorating? When a body first arrives at a university for scientific research, which has to happen within a certain period of the death, it is put through an embalming process. The other growing side of body donation that's grown more in recent years is for surgical and clinical skills training. Essentially, people can practice operating on real bodies, and with our Thiel system, the bodies are very lifelike. We can also use cadavers to test future surgical methods. Now, as previously mentioned in the slide before, there are many medical as well as disease, forensic, and surgical, as in the medicine field, for the use of cadavers. Surgical techniques, such as dissection, is very prime when it comes to using a cadaver because it demonstrates authentic anatomy and tissue handling, which we cannot get from anything else other than a live body or a cadaver. We present perfusion technique and restore blood flow and pressure in the fresh human cadaveric models. Now, in disease research, for every currently uncured disease, studying cadavers with the disease is a crucial way of understanding and dealing with the symptoms of the disease and tracing the body's symptoms that can fight it or that are affected or infiltrated by it. All of this helps researchers build new strategies for combating the disease until it's finally beaten. Cadavers are especially important in understanding neurodegenerative disorders such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, as they are very common diseases that are still extremely mysterious in many ways. Brain donation and cadaver donation are crucial to understanding how these diseases work. Now, in the forensic field, cadavers can also be donated for this. There are a few states in the country that have forensic researchers study, one of which is in Florida, where they study the decomposition of bodies in different scenarios. The data they collect from this research helps them gain insights into currently open or cold murder cases. The research done in Florida has proven especially useful. Florida, as many of you know, is very humid, wet place where no part of the state is any further than 100 miles from the ocean at any given time. And this creates a very unique scenario for body decomposition. Research conducted here has vastly increased law enforcement's understanding of crime scenes in Florida and has helped bring murderers to justice. As decomposition gets rolling, forensic anthropologists mark 5 physical stages of decay. Fresh, during which a person still looks relatively normal. Bloat, when the body fills with gases. Active decay, when a corpse's soft tissue decomposes. And advanced decay, and finally, dry skeletal remains. During each stage, experts pay close attention to maggots, the worm-like larvae of blowflies wriggling in the corpse's flesh. Okay, now the human body is very complex, like we have currently learned in our class recently. It's a very unique structure consisting of 206 bones, enough veins and arteries to travel the entire circumference of the Earth 2.5 times, a digestive tract as long as 20 to 30 feet in length. The brain contains approximately 100 billion neurons, which interact with a nervous system that connects the entire body, in addition to a vast array of organ systems and functions that we are all still discovering. This brings up my connection to cadavers. Medical professionals seek an in-depth, extensive, and progressive understanding of this intricacy and uniqueness. Fresh, frozen cadavers offer this. They offer a unique opportunity to examine the human anatomy and physiology in a state which is extremely and dangerously close to a living organism, making them invaluable to medical students, doctors, and researchers alike. They provide an opportunity for these medical professionals to become more skilled and knowledgeable, which in turn reduces patient injury and risk. They also provide a wide range of variety which mirrors the unique anatomy of real-life patients. In addition, the use of cadavers contributes to the advancement of medicine, including medical procedures and technologies. And you would hope that using these cadavers, as we have seen in previous pictures, would be better than carving a Thanksgiving turkey, as it shows in my fun little comic.
Here's students
Working with cadavers.
Working with cadavers on their very first time.
I have never seen a dead body before. I feel like I'm in a bit of a daze right now as to what just happened. It's quite a surreal experience. Firstly, the complexion, the expression of the face, the position they're in, was all quite new to me. I think that was quite shocking. When I first saw the donor, it surprised me how unhuman they looked with the whole embalming process and everything. I was expecting it to look a lot more like somebody who was alive. And that was a bit of a shock to me, but at the same time I could still tell it was a person. So I found myself sort of empathizing with the donor in some sense like that.
Having dissection at the beginning of the course is emotionally challenging. However, interacting with a human body so early on in their career helps them to achieve that crucial balance between being attached to a patient, but at the same time being detached from them in order to give them the best medical treatment.
So we started off the session today where we had a quick supervision on the actual structure of the bones in the upper arm, and then we went on to sort of actually dissecting it. So we used the scalpel and peeled back two sort of flaps in the skin. There is no substitute to seeing the body in person as opposed to in a textbook, and that's why we're here, I think.
At the beginning of their dissection room experience, the students are asked to view their donor as their first patient and their silent teacher.
Dissection was so much beyond
living and those that have passed, to treat all we encounter with dignity, and provided us with our first sense of balance between life and death that doctors encounter every day.
To our donors and to their loved ones, we commend you, and we sincerely and earnestly thank you.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation on cadavers.